Joined by Craig Button. Craig, the Leafs power play has some heavy hitters on it. Almost $45 million in salary hops over the board when they get the man advantage, but they're 0-4. They're one of only 4 teams in the league with 0 power play goals so far this season. If you were in charge, what would you do to get them off the schneid?
Yeah, well, I don't care how much money you make. There's a process that goes into having a successful power play, and for that matter, to score goals. So what is that? You got to drive the puck into the net area. You got to get slot shots, inner slot shots, high danger chances. And the Toronto Maple Leafs on the power play simply are not doing that. They're in the bottom 8 in the National Hockey League in those key metrics. And those metrics tell you why the Toronto Maple Leafs power play is over. So we know how gifted the players are on that power play. We know that they can score. But if you're going to play outside and you're not going to hunt pucks, and you're not going to be hungry around the net, you're not going to get in there and break down defenders, it becomes an easier task to kill penalties. And it doesn't matter how much talent you have out there. There is a process that has to take place. And right now, the Toronto Maple Leafs process is not getting to that point where it's connected. Yeah, you can have the puck, you can hold the puck and do everything you want with it. Not getting into those areas and not shooting the puck from those areas, you're not going to get rewarded.
All right, then. When word came out in the preseason that the Leafs were looking at Nylander at center, you hated the idea. It looks like that's a failed experiment once again. Now it looks like they've settled on Max Domi down the middle with Matthews and Tavares. What do you think of that option?
Well, you can do whatever you want, Gino. You can put whoever you want in whatever spot you want. Here's the bottom line. And we can talk about Nylander trying to move into the middle. We can talk about Max Domi trying to move in the middle. Here's the problem for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They have nobody that can carry that role in any significant manner. It's a hole they have. And all they're trying to do now is put a square peg in a round hole. And that's how it's going to be until they find a player or players that can play specifically in those roles, carry out the responsibilities in those roles. This isn't about Max Domi or William Nylander or anybody else. This is about a hole in the Toronto Maple Leafs forward group. And at center ice, which is critically important, they don't have a solution. So they're trying to put a Band-Aid on it. They're trying to fix it. But this isn't on Max Domi and whether he's a fit or whether William Nylander could play center or not, or whether they want him to do. This is on Brad Treliving. Brad Treliving has to go find the solution and put a guy into the middle of the ice that fits the elements and the attributes necessary to not have questions about that area of your team.
Okay, let's go to the net then. Anthony Stolarz starts again tonight, a .940 save percentage to the first 2 games for him. It's a small sample size, I get it, but he did post a .925 in 27 games last year with the Panthers. How do you like his chances of grabbing the 1A label from Joseph Woll?
He's already grabbed it. It's his. And one of the biggest things that's necessary for somebody to be considered a 1A goaltender, you got to be available, you got to be reliable, you got to be dependable. And that's what Anthony Stolarz is showing right now. Joseph Woll, despite having ability and showing some capability, has not been available and reliable. So to me, Anthony Stolarz is the answer. Anthony Stolarz is your number 1A right now. Nobody else. There's no other questions about who it should be. It's Anthony Stolarz. And his play has dictated that he doesn't need to think about anything other than being the number 1 goaltender for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
As for the Kings tonight, they're going to be fully invested on defense. They're fresh off giving up 8 in a loss to the Sens on Monday.